You guys have already seen the Fantastic Four post-credit scene and your incredible response. So thank you very much. Now we'll explain it in a new way because Kevin Feige just confirmed several things today, like how the Fantastic Four is connected to Doomsday and Doctor Doom. He revealed that the ship shown in Thunderbolts had only the Fantastic Four on board. Now only Mr. Fantastic, the Thing, and Human Torch remain, because Doctor Doom took Franklin and Sue Storm to Universe X. That's why these are the remaining members of the Fantastic Four. They're traveling across the multiverse in their ship, searching for Franklin, and that's how they arrived in 616. After reaching 616, when the new Avengers Shuri meets them, the Fantastic Four will realize that Franklin and Sue Storm are not on this Earth. The Avengers of 616 also want to help the Fantastic Four. So some of their team members were shown aboard the ship. Then the Fantastic Four head from their universe 828. That's why we saw that leak where Falcon, US Agent, and the Thing were also spotted there too. They're traveling between universe 8 and 828 with the Fantastic Four. Additionally, Kevin Feige stated that you can even see the Avengers of 616 in the kitchen of the Baxter building, because 828 is very different from 616. It will take 616 back to its older memories. Because if you imagine going 60 years back and the time there is still advanced, certain things and common events will still touch you. For example, in the Fantastic Four's universe, no World War ever happened. That's why the Avengers weren't seen in this universe, because Captain America was created due to the World War, and Tony Stark became Iron Man, carrying forward the legacy of his father Howard Stark, bringing the Avengers together. But none of that happened in 828. Overall, when the Fantastic Four found out that Sue, Storm, and Franklin were missing, they went towards 616, where they encountered some Avengers, brought them to 828, and now in this universe, 828. There's a fight sequence between Doctor Doom and the Fantastic Four. But the interesting thing is, Doctor Doom here is actually Rogue, and when the Avengers of 616 see that this is Tony Stark, the whole story takes a new turn. Because not only does RD look like Doctor Doom, but there's an entire evil Avengers team alongside Doctor Doom. So just imagine the Fantastic Four and Avengers of 616 teaming up to fight this evil Avengers team, which includes Doctor Doom and evil versions of the original Avengers. Let's talk about this in detail, because now Franklin has been captured, and we'll discuss what Doctor Doom's plans are for the future. So watch the video till the end, and if you're a Marvel fan like me, please don't forget to subscribe to this channel. I only upload Marvel content here, and that's how your support helps. Now, it's important to understand how that Fantastic Four ship we saw at the end of Thunderbolts is traveling across the multiverse, and why. Arrival in 616. First, let's talk about the ship. So as we saw in this movie, the Fantastic Four ship is roaming through the universe. It was something like Starlink, which was an armored ship capable of traveling anywhere in the universe through wormholes at the speed of light. On the other hand, we also saw that Mr. Fantastic created a new device called the Bridge, which can teleport, and this bridge is so powerful it flung Galactus to the edge of the universe. Now in the comics, the bridge started like this and evolved over time. This bridge becomes a multiversal teleportation device. And if you already have devices capable of traveling at light speed, then with teleportation, multiversal travel also becomes possible. In the end, we saw Doctor Doom arrive to take Franklin after 4 years. But in those 4 years, the Fantastic Four would have made several changes in their universe and their best building. One such change was also related to the bridge. And it's important to note that just like Starlink's universal travel device, the structure here was also similar. And those 3 pillars represent the model of the bridge. It's not some comic-style gimmick. Maybe the Fantastic Four managed to make it possible in those 4 years. And just like their ship used to travel through Starlink across the universe, now Starlink will do the same. A bridge will be built there. The ship will fit right into it, just like before. And the Fantastic Four will easily reach any universe. Upon arrival, the bridge will disappear, just like when Galactus arrived. Exactly the same will happen here. At the end of Thunderbolts, we saw the Fantastic Four ship, but the bridge wasn't visible. And if we talk about comics, the last time this event occurred was between 616 and the Ultimate Earth 1610. That's when all superheroes accepted defeat and looked for a way to save themselves. Then an interdimensional ship called Raft appeared, which acted like a bridge. After some work on the bridge, the Fantastic Four named this ship Raft, and later this very Raft ship. During Secret Wars, it will be submerged for 8 years in Battleworld, where all superheroes will remain unconscious. And when they wake up, they'll realize this place is Battleworld, which is ruled by Doctor Doom. Anyway, that's in the future. For now, this ship is heading towards 616. But the question is, out of the entire multiverse, why only 616? To answer that, Dr. Doom shows up. Let's understand from the beginning what's going on here. So when Dr. Doom took Franklin and Sue to Universe X, there was also Herbie, who collects data and records everything. So Mr. Fantastic will view this clip taken by Herbie, and upon analysis, he will learn that this person is from the 616 universe, because Mr. Fantastic was in 838, and Doctor Strange's girlfriend Christine was working in the Baxter building for Mr. Fantastic. They had developed a technology that could identify which person is from which universe, and that's how they informed Dr. Stein. He was from the 616 universe. Similarly, from this data, it can be determined which universe this Dr. Doom came from, or maybe they detected Doom's temporal aura like the TVA did with variants, and the scan Franklin was receiving was quite similar. Also, what Herbie recorded and what we saw from Sue Storm's perspective of Dr. Doom were different. This means that what we saw from Herbie's view only showed Doom from behind, with a green hoodie and mask, but from Herbie's recording, his teleportation and face would have been clearly visible. For now, according to leaks, Dr. Doom took both of them to Universe X. But for Mr. Fantastic to directly reach there won't be easy. First, Mr. Fantastic will use Herbie's data, and with that data, he'll go to Universe 616 because the temporal aura resembles that of 616's Iron Man. That's why the Fantastic Four ship appears in 616. And when they find out that this man is Iron Man, who is supposed to be dead, but the people of Universe 616 are shocked to see that Iron Man is alive. And this universe already knows him. That's why the Fantastic Four will take some members of 616 onto their ship. And that's why the leak that showed superheroes of 616 inside the Fantastic Four ship matters so much. But one more thing to understand is that here, there's one member each from the New Avengers and the Avengers. And we also know that there's a legal case around the Avengers Pact, which is tied to Iron Man's legacy. So there could be some politics here where the team that includes Iron Man will be declared the true Avengers. This could happen because 616 hasn't yet faced any real threat. People here are just trying to prove their own Avengers team as the real one. By the way, if you haven't seen my last video, go watch it. There are a few differences here that tell the entire Multiverse's events leading up to Secret Wars. There's a book called A Fly Ban By. In it, a child breaks the cycle. He goes behind a tree and sees a sheep, symbolizing the multiversal tree. This cycle represents many timelines, which we've already talked about, so we won't repeat it. But I also noticed something else. When this child reaches the ship behind the letter T to break the cycle, a tin is stuck to his leg. We saw that in connection with Loki and the TVA, and it was very significant. But if we link this ship to Dr. Doom, it makes more sense. Like Dr. Doom reaches Franklin, and Franklin fixes Doom's face. Dr. Doom has his iconic mask in hand. If you watch that scene, it feels like Doom was waiting for this moment. And Doom also knows what Franklin can do in the future. That's the idea in this story too, which was referenced in the Fantastic Four post-credit scene. This child removes the tin from the sheep's leg, then the loop breaks. All of this happens right below that tree, after which everyone goes their separate ways. I get a similar feeling here too, because the sheep is shown in reference to Dr. Doom. And after the tin is removed, Franklin solves the problem that started with the tree. And if you've read the 2015 Secret Wars comics, that's what happens in the end. Franklin creates a multiverse and gives Dr. Doom a new face without his mask. And this is the scene we saw in the Fantastic Four post-credit scene. The second point is that Dr. Doom, this is about the multiversal tree time, and we've already had a hint about it. Recently, it's being said, again, and I'm repeating it, that Dr. Doom is from Universe X. Earlier, we covered a leak that explained the connection between him and Dr. Doom. It said that Herbie severed Dr. Doom's timeline, meaning his timeline is still alive somewhere, but hasn't been included in the multiversal tree. But in this movie, we saw a plaque with the word Latveria on it, and even the flag of Latveria is visible in the background. So brothers, there is a Dr. Doom here, but we can't say this is the RDJ Dr. Doom. And we're not even sure that the Doom we saw at the end with Franklin is the same RDJ Doom, because what RD has shared on social media about Dr. Doom, his story is quite different. This Dr. Doom has a son named Christoph, and Doom's soul enters him. This way, Doom's son, Christoph, starts to believe he is Victor Von Doom. Now, if we look at it like Franklin brought Sue Storm back to life, and on the other side of this universe, Dr. Doom had already died, and his son Christoph emerged. Doom's soul now controls him, and he is trying to resurrect himself through his son's body. Doom's goal fits the events of this movie. People usually believe that if Franklin sees someone in his dreams, he can bring them back from the dead. But now Dr. Doom, his soul is inside his son Christoph, who has completely adopted the identity of Dr. Doom. That's why Franklin is needed to bring Dr. Doom fully back to life. Now, if the issue is that Doctor Doom looked like RD, and the new body also needs to look like RD, then it's quite possible that Doctor Doom will use the body of our 616's Iron Man. This has happened in the comics before, so if you see something like that, don't be surprised. On the other hand, if we consider Doctor Doom is actually from Universe 838 of this Fantastic Four, then why didn't he show up earlier? And where was he when Galactus and the Fantastic Four were fighting? There could be two answers. First, maybe Doom had already died at that time because RDJ is referencing Doctor Doom on social media, so in that story, Doom might have already died. His son Christoph appeared, as I explained earlier. That's one possibility. The second is that after saving the world, Doctor Doom isolated himself because that's what he does. He doesn't care what's happening. He only shows up when something important is about to happen. So maybe Doom is still in Latveria, working on his inventions and multiverse research. During this exploration, he discovered time travel and multiverse travel, and saw Franklin storing the multiverse. So Doom allowed all events to unfold so that Franklin would reach that state. He waited for years. Because on one hand, Franklin was safe with the Fantastic Four. And when Doctor Doom needed Franklin, he appeared before Sue, who had even made Galactus bow down. This action by Doctor Doom clarifies how powerful he is. Otherwise, why would he snatch a child in broad daylight? Also, RDJ recently shared some comics and hints on social media, so let's look at those two. First, there's Iron Man, Legacy of Doom, which connects directly to the Secret Wars comics. That means we'll see this issue Iron Man, Legacy of Doom in Doomsday. After that, Secret Wars will begin. For now, it's the Iron Man, Legacy of Doom comic. In this, Iron Man, Doctor Doom, and Mephisto play a major role. The story is something like this. Tony Stark has forgotten his old memories and wants to give up his armor. But then Doctor Doom arrives and asks Iron Man for help, believing that millions of lives are at stake. Iron Man agrees to help Doctor Doom. He takes him to Latveria. Upon reaching Latveria, Doctor Doom and Iron Man find a rebellion underway. After that, Iron Man and Doctor Doom reach a time cube that takes them both to Mephisto's realm. When they reach there, Mephisto gives Doom a piece of metal in exchange for a deal Doom made with Iron Man. Then, Iron Man gets trapped in that realm, and Doom escapes. Now, what exactly Iron Man, Legacy of Doom is, and what its comic story is, we'll cover in another video. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel. What do you think about this? Let us know in the comments. See you in the next video with a brand new topic